Help.
Engaged.
Greetings everyone, in this episode, we will be comparing the ultra textures to the high textures from the game Middle-earth, The Shadow of Mordor. So let's take a look at the graphical settings, and see what's what. Apart from motion blur, which is switched off, everything else is at maximum. But the texture quality is what concerns us, and is the reason why I made this video. You see, to get the best texture quality, which is Ultra, you need 6 GB of video RAM. Most cards do not have that much RAM. The card I have only has 3, but there is a 6 GB model out there too. Unfortunately for me, at the time I was building my gaming rig, there was a 2-week delay from my supplier, so I went with the 3 GB version instead. I doubted I would ever need that much video RAM anyway, but this game seems to think otherwise. So I enabled Ultra textures, despite the warning you can see there, in red, and to be perfectly honest, there wasn't much difference in performance, apart from the occasional frame drop, when entering a new area. Anyway, let's begin the comparison. I have clearly labeled the footage, so that there is no confusion as to which textures you are looking at. We begin with Ultra.
Ran away shrieking like a little soul.
And now, the high textures. I should point out that I captured the gameplay footage for the ultra textures first, and then the high textures, but the sun was setting when the high textures footage was being captured, so there is a difference in lighting, which gives the high textures a more shiny look.
I killed a bunch of ghouls, and I didn't even get a single bruise.
There's definitely a difference between the two settings. The ultra textures are more defined, and look clearer and sharper. But to be honest, I couldn't really tell the difference, until I compared the two settings in this video. You see, to change between the two settings, you have to restart the game, for the changes to take effect. So it's hard to remember every little detail when trying to compare the textures. But thanks to this video, comparing them is a lot easier. Anyway, I don't think the ultra textures look good enough to justify the 6 GB video RAM requirement. What do you guys think? Why not comment below to let your opinions be known?
Nothing but a bunch of weird old rocks. Don't get why some Uruk are scared by them.
I was supposed to upload this video earlier on today, but I ended up playing this game for a few hours, because the gameplay is pretty addictive. I will upload a first impressions, quick review video later on, and let you know exactly what I think of this game. But I will say this, so far, I am impressed, although I didn't think I would be, going in, but more about that, in the upcoming video.
We the cranes, seen him walking through the dead marshes once, passing the dancing lines like they were nothing. Then when I whispered, most men's hearts too dark to hear the words.
So I think by now, you should have gotten a pretty good idea about the differences between the ultra and the high textures. So, is it worth taking the potential performance hit for slightly better textures? On my gaming setup, I think so. But if your system cannot handle it, then I wouldn't bother with the ultra textures. And I am left wondering, exactly what settings will the PlayStation 4 console be using? Since the video RAM is integrated with the system RAM, which there is only 8 GB worth in total, I doubt it can handle the ultra textures. And forget about the Xbox One, I doubt it could handle even the high textures. Anyway, that's all we've got time for. If you found this video helpful, then please remember to comment, thumbs up and subscribe. This is Blade, and it's goodbye from me.